Summer has come and passed. The innocent could never last. Wake me up when September ends. Oh my god, it's finally September. That means I can finally pull out my leggings that go halfway up my ass and my Ugg boots and my flannel. It was like it's like the prime time, It's like the prime time to really start dating because you could really... Actually, it's the worst time to date because as we move closer to December, you can't tell if they're fat or wearing just a very fluffy fucking coat. But other than that, welcome back to the NoFilter Podcast, everybody. Hope you guys are enjoying your Labor Day. You fucking Mexicans, get back in the kitchen. You don't deserve this. No, I'm just fucking with you guys. Happy Labor Day to anybody but who works at McDonald's and fucks up my order. You guys deserve to work on this day. And you deserve to get underpaid. I don't care. Maybe if you fucking put my order right, Deborah, maybe I wouldn't have to fucking yell at you in the McDonald's drive-thru. And then proceed to come inside and complain. To put on how bad of a start September was for me, yesterday I was making my coffee, and I went to go pour my creamer inside the coffee, and I don't know what I did with the creamer previously, the day before, but I went to go pour the creamer into my coffee cup, and the whole top came off. Now my whole fucking countertop is sticky like your fucking mother's chest after 7 dudes came on it because she's trying to pay the electric bill because your dad won't talk to her. I just think of like cum dumpster. How many people have to come on you to be considered a cum dumpster? I want to say easily 4 good loads of cum. Now, does cum dumps... Oh, my God. Hang on my fucking nose. Everybody hold tight. I feel like I'm a Jew. How many, dudes? I'm going to say it takes at least 4 dudes in a row, like a fucking machine, just, coming and pumping, dumping on your chest. You know what I'm saying? So, I know we've been over this. It takes 16,756 blowjobs, and we're not counting to finish, to buy a brand new Corvette off the lot if you're charging $7 a piece. Now if you double that, obviously it goes down to 8,362 blowjobs. But I mean, I don't know. Typically, the higher the price, the more freaky they are. I don't know if prostitutes know this. I don't know why they get arrested for prostitution. They're just doing God's work. Someone's got to bust a nut for me. Someone's got, I'm not doing it. Now, I'm not saying I've never hooked up with a prostitute. I'm scared of herpes. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm scared of herpes. I'm scared of, the whole 9 yards. So I typically, I'm just not a big, Tinder guy. I had Tinder for, 3 days. Remember that? I still get people who add me through Snapchat because I had Tinder for 3 days. I put my Snapchat bio in there, and I can't remember my Tinder password. So I just hope it deactivates at some point. I don't know how long it lasts. Oh, I got to sneeze. But yeah, I still get people texting me through Snapchat. Hey, I saw your Tinder profile. Are you still trying to fuck? And I'm like, no thanks, actually. That was just a weird 3-day phase. I got 37 likes on Tinder in a day. Is that good? I think that's pretty good, I like to think. Sorry, guys. Okay, so before we continue the podcast, if I had to take a phone call at any point during this podcast, it is actually important. Typically, when I'm on my phone, I'm just bullshitting and I just get bored. Because you guys know me, I'm not good at sitting down for a long period of time. But I feel like this podcast has really built a tolerance for it. But no, we had a death in the family, so I've been taking care of a lot of that, and that's why this podcast is late. I was going to open up with this podcast, Wake Me Up When September Ends, on the first day of September yesterday, but I took a phone call with my grandmother. Love my grandmother to death. Oh, my God. But she called me, and she's like, really quick, I got to tell you this, and that. I was like, all right, cool. 5 minutes. She told me everything she needed to tell me. And then we somehow got carried on to a different conversation. And then the phone call was 3 fucking hours long. And I'm like, Grandma! I love my grandma, don't get me wrong, but like, goddamn, I got on my nose again. It was like, Grandma, I'm trying to fucking. And then I finally got to hang out with her, and I finally got to go do my podcast, right? And I sit down for the podcast, and then 5 minutes into the podcast, my dad calls me, and because we're dealing with this death of the family, and I'm like, oh my god. And my dad's like, well, what are you doing? And I'm like, trying to do a podcast right now, Dad. Like, goddamn. So yeah. So that's kind of like what's going on. So I have to take a phone call and I have to mute the mic or pause the podcast. Do understand that? That's why I have to do that. Fucking. I don't know what the fuck. I opened up my door for like 30 seconds, and that was just to feel like the temperature outside, and I just instantly started sneezing. And you know what's funny? I sneeze less when there's corn planted next to my apartment, but for some reason, whenever they plant the beans or whatever, what the fuck is that? Looks like mostly weeds at this point, honestly, but whenever they plant that kind of plant there, I typically sneeze the most. I wonder if there's like something correlated there. And then I don't know what to respond. But I hate texting people where they're like, I'll feel bad if I ask for this or that. And it's like, bitch, I'm literally offering you if you want me to bring you something or if you need something, Like, I remember one time John and me were fucking talking. John's like, yeah, I don't feel good. Stomach hurts. Might go home early. I'm like, John, I'll just bring you Pepto-Bismol. And John's like, nah, I'm going to feel bad for making you drive out here. It's like, dude, I'm not doing anything. I'm not doing anything outside of this apartment right now. I could bring you a goddamn Pepto-Bismol bottle. Did you guys know that in order to buy NyQuil, you have to be 18 or older? So so they typically want you to be 18 or older to make meth. Is basically what they're telling you. Like, yeah, you can make meth when you're underage and you can have someone supply it for you, but yeah, you have to be 18 or older to buy NyQuil, which I think is fucking ridiculous. 'Cause I don't know if I ever shared this story with you guys, but there's one time my dad was gone, I think for like a weekend or something. He was doing something work related. It was me and my stepmom and my brother David at home, and I think my stepbrothers were home too. And I went to go get Dawn NyQuil, and ended up fucking Jesus Christ. And I ended up going to Walmart, and I'm at the checkout. I'm like, hey, how come this is not letting me scan it? She's like, oh, we have to see your ID. You have to be 18 or older, And so I was like, I'm not 18. This is not for me. This is for my stepmother. And they're like, we can't show you that. We can't give you none of that. And I'm like, bro, what do you mean you can't give me none of this? It's not for me. And she's like, well, it's for safety reasons. And it's like, who the fuck is overdosing on NyQuil? I sure as hell ain't. I get too tired on NyQuil. You ever try to fuck when you're taking NyQuil? Feels like you're fucking slowly falling into a Twilight Zone. You're just pumping for fun at that point. Not to mention, I think taking NyQuil would be the worst way to die. Like, I'm just assuming that, or would it be? Would it be a bad way to die? You have to think. I mean, you're kind of just falling into a deep sleep. When I take NyQuil, dude, first off, number one, I wake up with the hardest fucking boner. You know what I'm saying? Like, my shit, I've been hard for so long, my shit hurts type boner, And then fucking, I get pretty wicked dreams. I already have bad dreams on a non-stop basis, so, like, I typically wake up 1 or 2 times a night anyway because of my bad dreams, but, there's a demons inside my head. Help me. Start shaking the mic. My dreams get weird. Like, for some reason, the cats will walk on 2 legs, or so for whenever I drink NyQuil, like, to feel better, obviously. I always get like dead relatives in my fucking dreams telling me that I'm doing something wrong or shit like that. Mostly it's my mom. You know what I'm saying? My mom will show up in my dream and just be like, "What's up?" And she has the same mustache as I do. But yeah, dude, that shit just makes me fucking trip. I trip when I take NyQuil. I took NyQuil 3 weeks ago because I felt a sore throat coming on, and it could have just been like a scratchy throat. But I got scared. I was like, dude, what if this is something serious, So I fucking I took NyQuil at like 9 o'clock at night. Who the fuck does that? That was stupid of me because I had to be up at 4 o'clock the next morning, and I thought I was gonna fall into the press at work. then I make more money when I forge these parts, right? And they're like, "Do we need to take you off the press?" I was like, "No, no, no, I'm good, boy." And they're like, "Oh, all right." And they just, they just let me go right back to forging. I thought that shit was ridiculous. So, oh my god, hang on, I gotta take a sip here. Oh my god. Moving on from that, I've been fucking and if you've ever tried to jerk off, but really quick, if you ever try to jerk off while on NyQuil, it's impossible. I cannot come when I drink NyQuil. I don't know what the fuck the issue is, but like I try to like act like like all the male audience out there. You know how like you're just like you ever be fucking this bitch and you're like, "Damn, this is just not that good," and you can like force yourself to come. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like what it's like, but you try to force yourself to come and you can't come. So there you go. Maybe if you could come on NyQuil, leave a comment in this podcast. All right, so moving on from that though, if you guys have been watching any of the baseball, I don't know when baseball ends. I think it ends in October, doesn't it? The Cubs have finally made a comeback in their stats compared to where we were a month ago when I was talking about this. We play the Pirates today. And their review right now is 71 out of 66. Now, for anybody who doesn't know, that's pretty good for the Cubs since we've had more losses than wins since May. This has been a great fucking overcome. We've won 6 games in a row now, which blows my mind. I'm very happy to say that. Let's see. Look, all right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We won 10 games in a row. We would have most definitely won 13, but these games that we lost, besides that one game in August 21st against the Tigers, it has not been terrible. We've been sweeping games. We've been holding bases, and especially our outfielders. That's been a big thing. I've noticed that our turnovers have been pretty high up there lately, in the sense that I wonder if they have Suzuki out there pitching as a starter. I've been saying this for a long time. It's their starters that they have, because if you realize if you're winning every other game and you're losing every other game, there's a fucking problem. You know what I'm saying? Like, look at who's the better pitcher. Look who's leading us to victory. And yeah, you don't want to burn out your pitchers. You don't want to burn out your batters. Your outfielders, stuff like that. And we don't have. And our bullpen sucks cock. Just thought I thought it out there as well. But there's got to be like some kind of give. If you have 2 starting pitchers, right? Pitcher 1 and pitcher 2. If pitcher 1 is winning every game that he opens up with, and pitcher 2 is losing every single game he opens up with, there's a fucking problem there. You need to replace pitcher number 2, and you need to get a different pitcher, or pitcher number 1 needs to pitch for the first 4.5 innings every single night, and the guy just picks up from there. Because that's a fucking risk. That's a risk. What if the main pitcher who leads us to victory every single time throws out his shoulder? Then it's over. The season's over. A guy who cannot even win a game for us every other night as a pitcher, it's terrible. It's fucking terrible. So I've been bitching about the fucking starters we've had for a while. And I'm just, look, like I said before in the past, I'm not getting up there. I'm not throwing no ball fucking 100 miles an hour. I get it. Like, hey, I totally get it. If you missed that swing, I would have missed it. I don't even think I would have swung. Am I using the right grammar here? Someone help me out. So to me, that just fucking blows my dick that they just have not thought about getting different pitchers. I hate to be that guy, but it seems like they're doing something right, though, because we've been sweeping the Pirates, like fucking going all the way back from when we had our first loss. Fucking 6-3 to Merlins. Wait, what? Oh, my bad, guys. My bad. I was reading the wrong one. And then 14-2, 2-7. We lost that one, but that's fine. But then we swept the Pirates by 18-8, 9-5, 14-10. Now, yes, these are all teams that are coming off a losing streak, but right now, a win's a win. A win's a win. I'm curious to see. I know we play the Yankees. That's a scary one to think about. The Yankees and the Dodgers. The Rockies, I'm not too worried about. The Rockies are kind of rocky, if you know what I'm saying. Just thinking about it. When does their season end? I'm assuming. Oh, the end of this month. Okay. Ooh, I don't know. The teams where we be playing against, this is most definitely one of those things where it's like you either have it in the beginning or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Like baseball is one of those sports where it's like if you start getting a roll on, the only thing that's gonna save you is if you load up bases and hit a home run. But that is so fucking rare these days. I mean, sports have changed so much. Everybody's throwing a football 100 yards. Everybody's fucking hitting a baseball out of the fucking park at least one time a game. I think that's crazy how much sports have changed. Do I want to say times have changed and that's why sporting has changed? I don't know. That's a good question. I need to have a guest on this podcast. Everybody who wonders why I don't have a guest on this podcast, I'll come back to that. So I'm curious to see how the Pirates are going to play. I'll post a reel or something about me bitching about the Pirates sweeping us. I guarantee it's going to happen. Us winning 14-1 against who is it, Washington? Yeah, no, dude. We're going to get cooked. I guarantee the Pirates are going to cook us this time around. The Pirates pissed me off. Okay, anyway. People are like, why don't you have people on this podcast? I'm like, do you understand how hard it is to get people on this podcast? You know, it's just easier for me to sit here for 30 minutes to an hour to just talk about random bullshit. I was telling one of my friends, I'm like, yeah, I got to leave for work, so I'll be gone for a long time. I don't know if I'm going to be able to continue this podcast or not. And they're like, we'll try to make time. We'll try to make time to do this podcast. And it's like, I get it. You're busy. Like, you don't have to try to make time. It's either you got it or you don't. Because, you got to, think like, oh, you're fucking... you gotta come over here, you gotta take your shoes off, we gotta have like a conversation forcefully, we'll have the funniest conversation off the mic, but then once you get on the mic, you freeze up, and then I gotta carry the conversation, and I'm just like, oh my god. I am gonna have like Jacob or Devin on this podcast one more time before I head out, and then I gotta pack up my PC. I don't know how the fuck I'm gonna do that. I don't know what kind of box I was thinking about just throwing it in my backpack, but I don't think I could carry... You imagine me taking this whole ass monitor through the airport? Oh my god. I'm hoping I have enough space for this fucking thing in my next place because I'm not assigned it. My job gives me this place to live. So, they could either really just ball out or they could just be like, nah, fuck you. You're going to sleep in this. Oh my god, if it's a small bedroom, dude, I'm instantly buying a house out there. I do not give a fuck. I'll just sell the house a year later. Oh, that looks so stupid. But no, fucking... I'm excited for this new journey. Very excited, very, very scared. That's why I also haven't had a lot of podcasts coming out. I just got a lot on my plate. And I desperately got to take a fat shit right now. And I wish I could just move this mic with you guys. I want to see if I could switch it over to... I have a wireless headset. I could try switching it over for you guys. It just like you guys could just hear the wrath of me shitting my brains out. But I will make sure I get a guest on this podcast for sure. I don't know how long this podcast will be either. Like I said, I had a death of the family and stuff, so I have a lot of phone calls to make and all that good stuff. So if it's a shorter podcast, please forgive me. Moving on for the politic-wise, can you believe... I'm just gonna fucking shake my fucking podcast like it's a newborn baby, god damn it. You guys ever do that? You guys ever go to fucking hospitals and look at random ass kids? If you answered yes, you're a fucking pedophile. Anyway, for some reason, they say Kamala Harris is leading in the polls, and I don't know how I feel about that. Look, I know I made the joke in the past that maybe if Kamala Harris, maybe if she showed a little bit of tit, she would have my vote. If she wants the dude population vote, because she ain't going to get a lot. Okay, first off, if your man is voting for Kamala Harris, there's probably a high chance he's got a chode. Yep. If you're listening to this podcast and you're singing like a wife with your car, if you're listening to this podcast in your car and your wife, or if you're gay, your husband looked at you, they now know your secret if you're voting for Kamala Harris. I just don't understand. It's like I'm gonna vote because it's good for the feminine. Like most of these dudes out here are voting for what the women want to get some pussy, right? Like, oh yeah, go vote for her, and then come dip that that chode ass cock of yours in this hollowed out pussy. Make it look like it's fucking hollowed out by like some other dude, fucking. If she lays down flat on her back, when you look at it, does it look like you're starting to carve a pumpkin? You just cut the top off to take out the pumpkin seeds. Ew. See, to me that makes sense, but if you don't have an imagination like I do, it just doesn't look or sound right. But no, I just don't vote for her. Don't vote for her. You know what? I should join the political race. It's already over, so I could afford at least one ad campaign. It smells like someone shit their pants, and I'm the only one here. It wasn't me. Dude, my neighbor downstairs has just been, I don't know what to tell you. I've complained about him. And my apartment has a high turnover rate because people can't afford to rent here. I think it's hilarious. I've lived here for almost 4 years. I have never missed rent. I've been ahead on rent before on accident. That's because I accidentally paid 2 rents in one go. I didn't see the email come through saying, hey, your rent went through, thank you. So I paid it again, and I ended up paying like a month in advance of rent. And she's like, well, I could write you a check. And I was like, nah, you could just keep it and just put it on for next bill. So that was pretty cool. Felt like a true adult there. I felt like I just bought all 4 tires. But no, the guy underneath me, I noticed that when I run my AC... All right, let's take a step back. The guy who lived underneath me previously was the Marine and his now ex-wife. He was on deployment, and she got caught cheating on him, and he was pissed. He came home. Remember that? Parked his car like a douchebag, started yelling and throwing shit. Dude was kind of fucked up in the head because he's seen some shit, but that was whatever. And then the next guy who moved in after him was breeding the pit bulls. Remember that? I told you guys I kept hearing barking like nonstop. Yeah, he had like fucking 8 pit bulls in that apartment. You're not allowed to have dogs. I don't know how the fuck he did that because there's cameras here. And then now, and every time he'd run the AC or the heat with the pit bulls in there, I would smell dog. Like I couldn't put my finger on it, and I would deep clean my apartment like religiously because I thought it was me. Or I thought I had like an animal like get in my apartment or something, but no, it was just that he had dogs there, and I don't know how the fuck that works, but I could just smell dog. Well, it got better for like the longest time, but now there's a guy who lives underneath me, and I sometimes smell like faint cigarettes, and I'm like, what? I'll smoke a cigar here and there. All right, I love my fucking cigars, okay? But I don't do that inside. I do not do that inside. I don't even do it on my balcony because the wind could blow the smell inside my apartment. I go down to my truck, I unlock my truck, I take the bed down, sit on the tailgate, listen to a podcast, maybe have a coffee or a beer or something with it, and then just chill out there for an hour and a half, because it doesn't stick to you like it would if you're sitting inside. And I'll come in, I'll wash my clothes afterwards, so the smell does not linger on me, nor does it in here. But even if I'll go weeks and I won't smoke a cigar, and I'll still smell like a faint cigarette smell, and I notice it's stronger towards the floor, so I don't know if it's just rising up into my apartment or what the fuck's going on. I've reported it, and now it just smells like kitty litter, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck is going on? So it's driving me fucking crazy. I'm out of here in 2 weeks. I don't care. But the problem I have with that is it's like, how the fuck is your apartment gonna stink that bad to where it's affecting my apartment? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if I bring a bitch over? Why, do you have cats? No, I don't. It's just my bottom neighbor, that dirty little fuck. Not to mention, like, I let it slide pretty often. But when I hear, at fucking 2 o'clock in the morning, bitch, I gotta be up at 4. I'm tired. Why the fuck are you laughing so loud, man? Oh my god. I should get a speaker and face that shit playing downward and just play a porn video or something. God damn, I fucking just cannot stand my neighbors. I'm kind of half tempted to play like a stupid rich guy move. Because I'm not rich, but it'd be kind of funny. But rent out the apartment underneath me, my apartment, and the one next to me. Because the bottom right one is her office. So no one uses that one but her, right? And so I'm thinking, if I rent out all 3, that's only $2,700 a month. But that's peace and quiet. Oh my god, that'd be so fucked up. Which apartment do I want to shower in today? No, I'm getting fucking tired of it, man. I'm tired of the fucking. I'm tired of the obnoxious fucking bullshit. Like the loud ass laughs. I'm tired of the cigarette smell. And that's why I live in apartments like these, because it's like I didn't want that in a closed apartment. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It kind of just pisses me off. I don't know why the fuck I'm even bitching about it. You guys don't care. What are you guys going to do? Fucking come rip this guy out of his fucking apartment and throw him into the cornfield? Remember that movie Children of the Corn? I wish they fucking existed now so I could fucking take his bitch ass away. I gotta dust my ceiling fan blades, dude. Holy shit. Me and my dad recently just got back in contact, for you guys who don't know. Oh my god, my knees. Ugh. God damn. Dude, is that me? There's no way I smell like that, bro. I showered last night. I shower every night. Probably because I farted, dude. I just trapped it between... I farted and I fucking trapped it between me and the seat. So now that's why I was like smelling whiffs of shit. Because I have to go take a shit. But that's neither here or there. Let's fucking move on, right? I wash my asshole. I also trim my ass hair. So fuck off me with that bullshit. I got the cleanest asshole you'll probably ever see. And it's not bleached either. So fuck off. Anyway, me and my dad recently just got back in contact for the first time in like 2 years. I think that's like kind of weird. I was sitting at John's house. I was eating chicken, and I'm not gonna go into whole detail on why he called me, but I just thought it was funny and how it happened. But I was sitting there, I was eating chicken on John's living room floor, and I was talking to his mom and dad, and I got this call from this number, and I'm like, I don't know this number. I gotta sneeze. Fuck me. I don't know this number. Am I gonna sneeze? Come on. Fuck, what was I saying? Oh, me and my dad calls me. I'm like, oh, I don't recognize this number. So I'm like, hello? And he goes, hello? It's like, who is this? It's like, who do you think this is? And I'm like, no, seriously, who is this? This number is not saved in my phone. He goes, it's your father. Are you busy right now? And I knew right there and then. I was like, well, Dad's not dead because he's the one calling me. But, yeah, no, it was like the first time me and my dad ever talked. Unfortunately, it was a problem within the family. But, yeah, that was just like a funny way. I have not talked to my dad in a hot minute. I used to call my dad during basic training. I did. We only got 7 minutes of phone time. They would give us 15, but I swear to God, it was only 7. I would give him a call, or I would first call Claudia, and then I'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go. I'll talk to you next week if we get phone time, this, and that, and I would use the other minute to call my dad. I called my dad one time. I called my dad when I got. I remember I had to pretend like he answered the phone. They were just yelling at us, dude, and they're like, get on the phone, call your parents, no, just like yelling at us, right? I had one drill sergeant just in my fucking ear, and I don't know if he heard, please leave your voice message for, my dad. And I'm like, yeah, this is, blank, 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 I'm here at blank, 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 you'll hear back from me in 2 weeks, this, and that. And, I was like, fuck, dude, I should have called Claudia. I called. I got no answer. So that was like the scare, because like they typically, like, there was one kid who couldn't get a hold of anybody at his house, and there was like 7 drill sergeants just fucking shaking his fucking table he was sitting at. Get someone on the fucking phone. Just like started. Oh my God. So I just pretended that he answered. I left a fake voicemail. That was embarrassing as fuck. But he's probably at work or something. When my dad's at work, he doesn't have his phone on his body, which he should. You should totally have your phone on your body. I understand, like, the vibration can get annoying, but isn't there like a setting these days on these phones where you can just like mute it completely? Where was I going with this? How about my dad calling me? Oh, so my dad had to make a trip. Sorry, I'm just bouncing around here. So my dad had to make a trip down south. It was about 9 or 10 hours of just driving. And I'm like, come on, let's just fly. I was hoping he's going to say, let's fly. But then he had a point. He's like, well, we have to get an Uber or rent a car. And that's a lot of money and work. And I'm like, all right, that is true. Because I don't know about you, but I'm not renting no motherfucking car. Next thing you know, I'm transporting drugs and I'm working for the cartel. I'm already part of one cult, sir, and that is the U.S. government. Waiting for the FBI to fly through my window. Yeah, you guys know who I am as a person, I think. We're 74 podcasts in. And I'm thinking to myself, dude, there's no way in hell my dad's going to be able to sit in a truck with me for 10 hours. For 10 hours, dude. I nonstop talk. I can talk someone's fucking ears off into running. And my dad's very much just like, my dad's one of those dads now where he sits there and he listens to the news, or he listens to like the baseball game on the news, and I'm just like, oh my god, what the fuck, Dad? She just like irks me because I listen to podcasts and stuff, but I don't know. I think that's just like my dad. I think that's like their generational thing, because like my generation's more about like podcasts and I guess music. I listen to music when I'm not going somewhere far, but if I'm driving to like Addison to go bowling or something, I most definitely just listen to a podcast. Sometimes I'll listen to my own podcast. I make myself laugh in my own truck on my way to the city with my own podcast. I'm just saying. I'm not saying I'm funny, but I can make myself laugh. And for like, this podcast is just straight dog shit out the mouth the entire time. Like, I talk shit about literally everybody and anything. Like, I remember I got forced. This was not with Tate. I had one of my friends from the city. I was talking mad shit about his girlfriend, and I was just talking about her fat pork chop pussy, and they didn't even stay together. But it was like one of my best podcasts. I had over 100 views on that one, and he's like, hey man, he's like, you gotta take that down. You don't talk about my girlfriend's pussy like that. You haven't seen her fucking pussy. How fucking gay you just going on this fucking rant about how it was disrespectful of me and this and that, and it's racist because she's black, and I was like, number one, at least I didn't say a fucking drumstick pussy. I think that's fucking worse. Looking like a fat ass cock in her leggings. God damn. So I had to take that one down. So this podcast is just straight fucking dog shit out the mouth. There's this girl at the gym, and her pussy looks long. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if I kind of want to see it low key. Like, I just want to be like, hey, can I just like take a peek? It's weird because if like what a wedgie looks like and would feel like, it looks like a drawn on like. It looks. I should make it the thumbnail, but it's just, how do I put this? I don't know how to describe it. Imagine a horse's face. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's long and it like starts off wide and narrows down. Kind of like her pussy fell out of her stomach. Or like her lower abdomen section, or whatever the fuck it is. Kind of ridiculous if you ask me. I think about it quite often. I see her there every day. And she's like Asian, so like I just think like her pussy looks like it smells like noodles, honestly. It's probably what it is. It's probably just a bunch of noodles she took from work and just didn't take them out because she came right from work. I don't know, dude. Just like support it a little bit. Get some tighter leggings. God damn. Like, why the fuck is it hanging down to your knees, bro? Yeah, maybe it's a dude. Maybe I'm fucked up in the head. God damn. Oh, let's see what's going on here. Oh, I'll let you know. I bet you fucking will. I bet you will let me know. God damn. That's why I fucking left you undelivered for 30 minutes. People be pissing me off, bro. If you don't put effort in, I don't put effort in. How's that sound? You fucking piece of shit. Wasn't I on political earlier? I feel like I was, but I completely skimmed over that topic. I'm not going back to it now. Fuck that. But, I love watching military videos these days because I love watching all the old people go, well, back in my day, I got shot in the foot and had to do a 12-mile ruck right afterward. Hoorah! Airborne infantry. And it's like, oh, brother, you are probably just as stupid as they come. First off, I am not shitting on anybody who has served. Okay, thank you for your service. You've done your country good, unless you were, I don't know, a piece of shit. By that I mean like dishonorably discharged. I do believe in What? I do believe in shitbagging the army is real. That is 100% a real thing. Like it's I see it. Sometimes I do it. When they say, "Hey, let me get 3," you bet your ass I'm never one of those 3. I'm not doing no motherfucking detail. And for all the people who have served, you know exactly what I'm talking about, doing details and voluntary bullshit. And then when you're voluntold, you kind of got no choice there, but that's a different. Like I was voluntold to read serial numbers on 1,000 radios. 1,000 radios. You know how fucking long that took? It took 7 hours. That's how long that took. Because in the process of being voluntold to read serial numbers, all the people who have served, like when you come back from a field event and you gotta like track all your shit. You checked it out, now you gotta check it back in. Oh, there's always just that one fucking retard who has to lose something that the government needs. We lost one of the radios. Yep. You want a 3-day drill? Turn into a 6-day. Pretty fucking quick right there, I'll tell you what. No, but I had to do 1,000 radios, voluntold. And then I had to voluntold serve lunch. So that was cool. I was inventory man, then I was a cook for an hour. It was fucking bullshit. No, but I hate seeing all these old ass motherfuckers, and I get it. You had it a lot harder in the military than I did, for sure. I am not saying you've earned every right to complain about it. Anybody who's served between fucking I guess we could say in the deep past to like 2010, you guys have had it shitty, especially people who were between like 1990 and 2005. In those 15 years, so much shit happened with us getting involved in Afghanistan and Iraq. Like you guys, even if you guys didn't deploy there, you guys had the worst training because they were trying to shock you into it. And they should still be doing that today. But we're not really at war anymore. We just pay people to go to war for us. So it's kind of just, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, stop shitting on today's army. It is not a good picture. If I was a civilian and I read those comments, oh, the army's gotten soft, this, and that, is that going to make me want to join the army or the Marine Corps or the Navy, the Air Force, or I guess you could say the Coast Guard or the Space Force? We can invite those two into the party. It gets fucking annoying. And they try explaining, like, there's an in-processing stage, for anybody who doesn't know that, in which before they used to do it all at basic, and it was a lot harder to do that in basic and then get your full training in and then send you off for your schooling to learn your job. But, now they said, hey, let's just dedicate one whole week before training to give them their shots, their haircuts, issue them clothes, proper fitting boots. Well, quote unquote proper fitting. That's used very lightly. Just everything that they need so they are set up for just training when they get there. And you start learning your customs and courtesies while you're there as well. So with that first week, it's useful. It really is. We're not in Vietnam times anymore. We're not in World War I or II where you just had to send people straight to basic and you just had to treat them like absolute fucking dog shit the moment they got there. Yes, they still treat you like dog shit, but they treat you like dog shit for only the first 6 or 7 weeks. And then the rest of the time you're there, it's like, hey, you guys should fucking know this. It's X, Y, and Z now. Like, you're a soldier. Like, that's the idea, right? I say 7 weeks because I'm counting 6 weeks of red phase and in processing, and you know what I'm saying? So that's a long time. 7 weeks is a long time. So yeah, to see all these fucking old ass motherfuckers need to get off the internet, because I don't think they help at all when it comes to stuff like that, because other people from other countries see that too. Now, is the army actually getting soft? Fuck no. At least it was my experience. Sucked cock for basic training. I loved all my instructors. I did, but man, they taught me how to be the man I am today, I guess, right? So, fucking yeah, man. Just, it's old people in general, though. These AI is becoming a big thing now, where AIs make their own Facebook profile accounts, and now they post like, why don't pictures like this ever trend? And it's like the most bullshit AI military service disabled vet. You know what I'm talking about? And all the old people are like, thank you for your service, amen. And it's like, bro, you're fucking 80 years old. I understand, like, you're a little not there anymore, but like, You're 80 years old. How the fuck did you make it this long in life and not fucking be able to tell the difference between a fake image? You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at me shitting on fucking old people. Like, I'm not going to be there in 60 years. I'm kind of hoping I tap out at least at 65. I think that's a good age to kind of peacefully pass away. Oh, no, but what if I have grandkids? You know what? I'd rather just live forever. No, I will live. You know what sucks? Is my knees hurt, dude. My fucking knees hurt. My shoulders hurt because I hurt them when I first started in the gym. So they ache and they click. My elbows hurt. So it's, you know what's gonna fucking happen? All these pains in my joints, they're gonna fucking, like when I have sex, my knees pop, my elbows pop, my feet crack, and it's just like gross. So I know I'm gonna live to like 136 years old. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill myself. Terrible news. All right, guys, I have to let you guys go. I know, like I said, this podcast is just straight bullshit. I have to make a few phone calls. My phone's been blowing up for the last 30 minutes. I do apologize if I was very much sidetracked. And if the mood kind of seems up and down, I have a lot going on in my personal life, even more now than I did last week. So bear with me. It sounds like some people want vlogs for whatever reason when I'm gone. Look, that's a last resort. I don't want to do vlogs. I don't want to do those. Fuck that. Because I'm going to have to, that just, no. I don't think my social anxiety would let me, I don't think my social anxiety would let me be able to hold a phone and be like, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. So you guys will just, I'll probably just try to stick with podcasting, most definitely. I'm going to just do what I have to do here especially within the next year. By this time next year, I'll probably be talking about how I was scared to leave and this time, all this and that. But when I come back, I'm trying to get a Corvette. I did want a motorcycle, but that's phased out. But a Corvette, because I plan on paying off my truck while I'm gone. So I'm coming back. I'm getting that Corvette, baby. I want like a 2016 Corvette. I love those body styles. I think they're slick as fuck. And, either get that like a black with a neon pink stripe or just a slick all black or black and white. Ooh, a lot of options to pick here. Because I want to buy a house. I really do. But I just don't know where I want to settle down yet. I remember I was 20, getting ready to look at buying a house. And then, Joe Biden won the election. And then I can no longer afford a house. I was like, God damn it. I was so pissed. I had the money set aside for a house and everything. I was looking for like a nice 1 bedroom, 1 bath, or like 2 bed, 1 bath. And how like typically those houses ran about $120,000 at the time I was looking, and I just couldn't find anything that caught my eye. And I'm like, all right, there's always in 2021, and then Joe Biden won, and I was like, okay, it should be fine. Market should hold up, and then the market just fucking crashed. I didn't have enough time to buy shit. I finally had money to buy stuff, and then Trump left office, and then milk was costing me $4 a gallon. Shit got hard when I was putting water in my Cheerios. God damn it, that shit was crazy. But I overcame that. That was a very hard time in my life. But with that being said, hopefully I come back and I get to buy whatever I want, and then, because by this time next year, I'll be most definitely already back in the swing of things. I'm working up till I leave, and then I'm going right back to work, so I'm excited to see what's to come, but I don't know how this is going to go for podcasting, so I will figure it out as I go. With that being said, I gotta take care of a few things. These podcasts have all been kind of short, 45 minutes to an hour, so I think I'm right on track here. Should I just try to milk it for like another minute? I guess I can. Let's try to milk it so I can hit 45. Thank you guys for the support I've gotten on the podcast. The numbers kind of fallen. They kind of, I've had my first "you're a racist faggot" comment since March. So that was but that was like an older podcast. I am going to trim down the fat on this podcast. So I'm going to find the ones I like and keep. And then I'm going to get rid of the ones that are less like, nah, those were quality issued podcasts and they weren't that good and they weren't that funny. So I'm going to start trimming down the fat on these videos so you guys know. So if we get new people on the channel, we can just have them jump straight into a good podcast, because there is no storyline to this. You can just watch it whenever. So I start putting numbers behind it so I know how far I am into the podcast. So, with that being said, thank you guys for the support. And you know what? Go fuck yourselves, you stupid cum dumpster looking ass bitch.